Night 11 of the 12 Nights of Dark Christmas, and we're talking about ghost season in Scandinavia, which of course was Christmas time. In pre-Christian Nordic belief, Yule and the winter solstice time was not a cheerful time, but a liminal time. The sun was weakest due to the winter solstice, the boundary between the living and the dead was at its thinnest, and spirits, ancestors, and supernatural beings were thought to roam freely. When Christianity eventually arrived, these beliefs didn't disappear, but they were absorbed into Christian beliefs. And that created a uniquely haunted holiday season. First, we have the dead returning home for Christmas. The dead were thought to return to their homes on Christmas Eve, which was considered ghost night. All across Sweden, Norway, Denmark, and Finland, houses were expected to be clean, quiet, and respectful. Tables were left set overnight for deceased relatives. Fires were kept burning to warm visiting spirits. People avoided loud celebrations and noises at night. And no cleaning or spinning of wool or any kind of spinning wheel was allowed due to the noise that it could create, because that could then disturb the dead, or the undead. If spirits were disrespected and these expectations were not followed, spirits were thought to be able to cause illness, death, or bad luck in the coming year. Then we have the Christmas Mass ghosts, which are some churchyard legends, and Christmas Eve Mass was actually called Midnight Mass of the Dead. Belief was that on Christmas Eve, the dead would rise from their graves to attend church. They would sit separately from the living, and anyone who recognized a dead person in the church service would risk death themselves. There are some slight variations of this legend. In Sweden, ghosts were thought to fill the church before the living arrived at all. In Norway, the dead were thought to leave muddy footprints throughout the church. And in Denmark, the ghosts might even drag the living into their graves with them. And some legends would warn that if you attended Mass too early, you would risk not going home alive. Church bells and bells around Christmas time were also thought to help protect people against these spirits. Church bells would ring out continuously on Christmas Eve. Iron objects were placed near doors, also for protection. Families would avoid traveling at night, believing that wraiths, drowned sailors, obviously ghosts, roamed the snowy darkness. Children were warned not to look out any windows at night. Silence was considered safer than celebration. So how does this differ from Victorian ghost stories like A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens? Unlike A Christmas Carol, Scandinavian ghosts are not moral teachers. They're not there to teach you a lesson. They're not sentimental, but they are territorial, ancient, and oftentimes very unforgiving. So some parts of Christmas were actually a dangerous time, not a cozy time. Why do these legends matter today? Because a lot of modern Christmas aesthetics, like candles, darkness, forests, still reflect a fear of winter, respect for the dead, and also the idea that joy can be fragile. Thanks for tuning in to Night 11 of the 12 Nights of Dark Christmas. Stay tuned for the last one. See you guys in the next and last video for this series.